what you want to do is plan for long term, like put together a plan that you will assured get on a sheep hunt, like put together a long-term plan that's going to get you there. And then the application stuff I look at like as reacting to luck. I mean, I hear all the time, like, I didn't apply this year, I don't have time. Never take that approach. You will never have too many sheep tags in 1 year. No one has ever been overwhelmed by sheep tags in 1 year. Like, I'm not going to start this year because I don't want to draw in 7 states. Not going to happen. If it does, call me. We'll employ you for 6 months. We'll take care of it for you. And right now, there is basically no secrets when it comes to sheep tags, sheep applications. Hunt and Fool, Go Hunt, all of them. The spread of information the proliferation of information is crazy. But there are little things you can pick up and plans that you can put in place that'll help you. And I'll give you one example about using information as your edge. In 2015 in Montana, I apply everywhere for everything. And if there's an application for sheep anywhere in the West, I'm applying for it. And I've drawn 3 sheep tags. 2 of them were archery or were tags in Alaska, and I've drawn 1 really premium tag in my life. And I've probably, at one point in time, I was like 0 for 160 at one, and I consider myself super lucky. So to use the information at your edge it's like data chunking. You start looking at all the different stuff combined, and right now it's looking at trends. Like, if magazines tell you to do this, look the opposite. If somebody says, like, when you look through the application process and you see, wow, that's really good odds, do not apply there. It will switch year to year. And I'll tell you how I drew my bighorn tag in Montana. In 2014, they had 1 non-resident tag in the unit that I drew it. And actually, Frank drew it. But there was 526 people applied for 2 tags. And it normally does not have a non-resident tag. So the following year, just watching the trends and how everything works in applications. The following year, it was only available to residents. I had max points. The following year, it's only available to residents, but in the booklet, it looked like 526 people put in for 2 tags. In reality, there was 436 of those were non-residents applying for 1 tag. So the following year, it looked like the worst odds that had ever been in the unit. And I spotted it. I was like, that's crazy. I started looking at, and I knew the area, and I applied, and with max points, I had 1 in 26 odds for a bighorn tag in Montana. It's insane. They're 1 in 300 now. But just that kind of a little edge, one time, got me the tag of a lifetime. So I tell everybody, apply everywhere that makes financial sense. And and again, some of this stuff I want to be for older guys, middle-aged guys, young guys. If you're 18 right now and you're going to start applying everywhere, look at the states where you have a legitimate chance to draw. There are states where you have no chance. Don't apply for those. Or take a long-term approach. Like, this may take 30 years for me to draw in Wyoming. I'm just looking at that's $100 a year, but I'm going to put in for 30 years. They may change the system, but I'm committed to that. But if you look at it, it's like statistical impossibilities exist now. And if it's just like there's no chance of drawing it, don't do that. You're better off taking that money and applying it towards booking a sheep hunt. It's just a fact. I mean, the game has changed. The information spread. There is stuff that it's just, like I said, statistical impossibilities. It's not like Dumb and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance. There literally is no chance. So when you see those, just skip those. And that, there's guys that I look at, like Randy's drawn a lot of tags. I look at him and like, man, I wish I'd have started earlier. Sometimes it's just when you were born, when the systems start. That's when you got to apply, so that's what you're going to deal with. So, and then be realistic about the true opportunities. That is, I got one customer that's been calling me since day one. Just an awesome guy. He lives in Minnesota. He's 66 years old, and he started applying 10 years ago. And he really wants to go on a sheep hunt, and it's probably not going to happen. And I've told him a couple times, it's not really that realistic for you to be planning and buying gear and training to draw a Montana sheep tag. You're a non-resident. So make sure you look at the opportunities and the stuff out there. It's like, if you got a long-term plan, that's great. But if you want to get on a sheep hunt in the next 10 years and you're looking at 1 in 300 odds, you're going to need to plan differently. Now, and again, that's where it comes back to plan long-term and react to luck. In 2015, I drew 2 sheep tags in a week, had a baby, and had booked the first booked hunt that I'd ever done. So I killed 3 rams, had a baby in 90 days. You can do it. If you do get overwhelmed, you can pull it off. But it will probably never happen again, and it wasn't that overwhelming with 3 of them.